تروریستی به نام مالکی، جوکی به نام یونامی و رابطه تجاری دولت آلمان با آن در عراق. پائولو کازاکا، مقر اروپایی ملل متحد، 10 اسفند 91.
To underline what I think is the most interesting or striking feature on this terrorist attack. The Iraqi chapter of Hezbollah has not refrained from making all its efforts to say, we did it. We did it under instructions of the supreme leader of Iran. And this is really very peculiar because, as we know, Hezbollah, either in Lebanon or even in Iraq, they normally hide all the terrorist attacks that they are proceeding with. Why did they this time give themselves the effort to say to international agencies, to everybody, we did it? Well, they are not lying. Of course, they did it. But what they want is to keep the fiction that Nouri al-Maliki is not the responsible for this terrorist attack. Nouri al-Maliki, as he himself confessed, was one of the key leaders during Saddam of Al-Dawa. Al-Dawa, the earliest terrorist religious organization, according to Bruce Hoffman. Whoever leads with terrorism knows that Al-Dawa was the fundamental step into jihadi modern terrorism. Nouri al-Maliki that went to Syria and immediately after the beginning of the war of Iraq and Iran, he went to Iran. He was engaged with the Revolutionary Guards all over the war with Iran. He never ceased to be a functionary, a terrorist functionary of Iran. And he was imposed in Iraq as prime minister by Iran and by the West, which is absolutely extraordinary. And everybody knows he is 100% under the rule of the Iranian theocrats. And this time, this was so obvious. The facts that came to light were so obvious that they had to try to make this charade of pretending he was not there. Of course he is there. Of course he is the main person channeling weapons to Syria from Iran. Of course he is the main responsible for hatred, terrorist attacks within his own country. He is 100% terrorist member of the theocratic regime that goes well over Iran. And this is what they are trying to hide. Because the moment that they will have to admit what is the evidence, what should have been the evidence for a very long time, well, then they will be in very difficult situation to explain the whole of their policy. And to explain how could ever the people Mujahideen of Iran be under protection of this person. How could it be? How could it be otherwise? Of course, that's the way that things had to happen. I would like to say right now that the High Commissioner, Mr. Guterres, has only a very simple thing to do. And the very simple thing to do is to say, well, the truth is, for 1 year, we managed to get 7 persons out of Camp Liberty. The truth is that the risk of the slaughter of the remaining 3,200 people is absolutely immense. It is going to happen any day. No one can say if it's going to be tomorrow or after tomorrow, but it's going to happen for sure. So it just has to say that these people are in an immediate danger of death. That's what he has to say. What the United States has to do, and the international community, is to go according to their promises, according to their repeated guarantees, and to immediately take the people out of this place, of this death field, immediately, no delays. airplanes going to Baghdad airport and putting them out, wherever to, out of there immediately, if they are sincere. And thirdly, the United Nations should dismiss this joke of UNAMI. UNAMI President, Mr. Kobler, was selected by Maliki himself, that gave himself the right to reject people that would not be under his thumb. And of course, Mr. Kobler, Green German, the curricula is very obvious. He would do whatever he was told in the defense of the Iranian regime. The financing of UNAMI, they should publish it. The number one financial support of UNAMI is the Islamic Republic of Iran. But how can this be? How can we ever believe in the United Nations perceiving this way? And of course, Germany, we just have to look at what are the publications of the German diplomatic mission in Iraq. They only look at it as a business opportunity. So they have been engaged in UNAMI only for pure commercial, very short-sighted, I would say, objectives. And so UNAMI is just a very, very sad joke, and it should be dismissed immediately. Nobody should give credibility to an organization that deserves no credibility whatsoever. And to finish, I think that as a European responsible, I feel ashamed. I feel ashamed. This is absolutely shameful. I am shamed for this, and I hope that we will wake up and we will see that this cannot last.